Now we are going to discuss the pattern of English exam. Now, as the onset of exams is very near and you are pressurized with a lot of revisions for the various vivid subjects like physics, chemistry and bio, let's sort it out for this subject, that's English. Now, English happens to be the very first exam of the entire class. So let us have a look. It is an exam which will drive you 100 marks, which is pretty obvious, and you have a time of 3 hours. Now let's see how will you divide these 3 hours. You have 3 sections. Section A, that's the reading section. Section B is the writing section, and section C is the literature section. Right in the beginning, when you are handed over the paper, you get 15 minutes entirely to read the question paper. Now, skipping section A and section B, you have to directly head towards section C using the 15 minutes entirely here. Now, how will you still focus on section A and section B? Section A includes comprehensions and passages. Where you will, in order, answer the questions and write a summary. Now this section will carry you 20 marks from the whole set. Keep in mind that whatever questions and answers that are framed in the first section, the reading section, they will be order-wise. They will be in a proper sequence. So it is highly advised not to go through the whole of the comprehension or the passage. Just read the questions first and look for their answers in the comprehension. Just read the questions first and look for their answers in the comprehension. I am time and again repeating, our main objective is to answer these questions and make this summary in least possible words, right? Our main motive is not to read the entire comprehension and the passage. We are not here to understand the passage given us. We are here to answer the questions and write down a summary. These two options will only attain us these 20 marks. So, do not read the whole comprehension in these 15 minutes. Go through the question answers. First and foremost step, go through the question answers and look for answers in the passage. This is all that you have to do in comprehension. Keep in mind, all the answers to all the questions asked in this section is always there in the passage. You just have to answer to the point. Do not write extra. Do not write any least points. Cover all the points and make it a point that it is readable, neatly written. This was your reading section. Coming to the writing section. Now, writing section suddenly jumps from 20 to 40 marks, totally double of it. So, section B is another thing that needs to be kept in mind while attempting it. That is, here you have to be very specific about the formats. If you are right on the bullseye in formats, you attain a lot of marks because the body and the structure, they both gel in together in terms of writing section. So your writing section first of all includes article, speech, report, letter writing, right? So for all these things you should be very well versed with their formats because the format will drive you the maximum marks. Second, in writing section, if you're explaining something, if you're describing something or you are narrating something, you always do it in past tense. This helps you not just in explaining things better, but will also give you less of grammatical errors in the writing section. The more the grammatical errors, the less marks you will get. So, two things that you need to keep in mind in the writing section is to follow a perfect format. Where does which comma comes? Where does inverted comma comes? This all has been already revised in the syllabi before. So you have to keep in mind the format here. The key point of writing section is the format. Then comes the body. Now let's have a look, how do you actually form body? There are 4 points that you need to pull up while explaining or writing. First is the introduction. Now, as you all know, introduction and conclusion need to be very to the point, specific and perfect. Generally, the examiners just go through the introduction and the conclusion and just try and judge your body of the writing part. So, your introduction and conclusion need to be very strong. Try and use a lot of speeches, proverbs, Chinese proverbs in introduction. This will help you get more marks, maybe impress the invigilator itself, right? Moving on, the second and the third point. Here is the focus where you will talk about where, why and when. Now, where, why and when of the topic. Here we were talking about any random topic given to you. You will write about its introduction, okay? Write about its conclusion. Now, these are two decided things that you have to write. Where, why and when. What, if it is a descriptive thing, where did it happen, why did it happen, when did it happen, okay? What actually happened, the whole of the story, and how did it happen. These two parts give you the suspense. So suspense in a writing skill needs to be right at the end, and then comes the conclusion. So this is what you're going to do in writing section, keeping in mind from the format to the tense to the body. These are the four actually points that you're going to keep into consideration. Now moving on to the literature part. Now this literature part will help you derive 40 marks of the subjective part. You are well versed with what questions and what answers do you have to give to what questions, right? Because you've already gone through the summaries, read the chapters a hell number of times till the time you reach the stage of giving an exam. So in these 15 minutes, you have to understand that there are two parts. Part A and part B. Now in part A, you have to attempt one question out of the two plays, that is Much Ado About Nothing by William Shakespeare and Arms and the Men by Bernard Shaw. Okay, so if you're attempting a question, you have to just attempt one question from this segment. If you're attempting a question from Much Ado About Nothing, then you have to follow that trend all through the exam. Then all your questions will be answered from this play itself. But if you're attempting Arms and the Men by Bernard Shaw, then all your answers should be attempted in this play only. Now that you've attempted one question from here, it is going to be a very, very descriptive question. Not really a descriptive question. You'll have an extract and you'll have to answer few questions of maybe 2 marks each out of that extract. This section will drive you 10 marks. Now part B, you have to attempt 4 questions. Now these 4 questions, how do you have to choose these questions is a trick. Little confusing, try and understand. 4 questions should be attempted from at least 3 of all the books. At least from 3 of all the books it needs to be covered. So we need to understand that in part A we will attempt 1 question and in part B we will attempt 4 questions. Now out of 4 questions, 3 questions should be from each book, be it like an essay, a short story, a poem or a play. Either of the 3 books, you have to attempt 1 question, right? So 1 question in part A, 4 questions in part B.